Welcome to week 11 of the Tailgate. I'm Michelle Margaux, and we have some breaking news. Let's go to our SNY NFL insider, Ralph Vacchiano.
Yes, Michelle, as you can see, hell has frozen over here at the Meadowlands, and there are some pigs flying around, which can only mean one thing. There is a New York football team in a playoff race. Now, it's an unconfirmed rumor. I did some checking. We know it's not the Jets. So it appears to be the Giants, even at 3-7. I spoke to a Giants fan about this, and I can't really tell you what they said due to FCC regulations, but there's a chance that they'll come off their bye week and be playing for first place in the division. You still get a playoff berth for that, believe it or not.
The Giants did win the past 2 weeks in a row. So what changed over the past 2 weeks for the G-Men?
Sorry, these pigs flying around are really making me nervous. What changed is they're starting to play a little better. The rest of the division still stinks. That was a very big win for the Giants over Philadelphia. They've proven now they could beat 2 of the 3 teams in the division. And really, that might be enough. This division winner might end up being 6-10. And the Giants are starting to look like a team that's capable of those lofty heights.
All right, well, keep warm out there, even though it has yet to snow.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get back inside.
Let's dive into the comment section. And Ralph, you asked fans how confident they are that the Giants could win the NFC East.
Yeah, and I was a little bit surprised to find out that they are confident, but they're really leading with their heart on this. They're talking about they want to believe. They see signs of hope. These are things that, listen, I've covered the Giants for a long time. I can tell you for the last decade, for the most part, there's not been a lot of that. There's not hope. There's not excitement. A lot of their reason for believing that the Giants can win this is more about the emotions of it. They're desperate. They want to believe that this is something real because they just haven't had much to root for in a very long time.
Would they be right?
You know, I think there's a chance. Look, I think the Giants right now are playing better than any team in the NFC East. And I think, especially with Dak Prescott out, you can make a case that they have maybe more talent as a whole than any team in the division. The big problem with the Giants is in December, they start out with 4 ridiculously hard games, and they've got Baltimore and Seattle and Arizona and Cleveland, 4 teams that are probably going to the playoffs. It's a murderer's row for them. They somehow have to survive that and probably win at least 1, maybe 2 of those games, which might be a bit of a tall order.
The Giants might be in postseason contention, but there's still something bothering Joe Judge. We'll get to that in a second. But first,
The Tailgate presents our next induction into the Tailgate Hall of Fame.
Tailgate Hall of Fame.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Misplaced Jersey Guy.
Mr. Misplaced Jersey Guy.
Despite the ticket-reading Cowboys versus Giants, you opened your closet to pick out the perfect game day outfit and went with the least obvious choice, a Vikings jersey.
This should make me stand out.
Your commitment to letting everyone at the tailgate know, hey, I like football, I just don't like either one of the teams playing in this game, is a statement appreciated by absolutely no one.
Why did you spend money on a ticket?
I get it, you're from a different city.
Go Minnesota.
But when the opponent scores a touchdown, I don't want to hear your excitement that he's on your fantasy team.
I just need 6 more points from Big Ben.
So grab a random team's jersey and crack one open as we welcome you to the Tailgate Hall of Fame, Mr. Misplaced Jersey Guy.
Next time I'll just stay at home.
let's call an audible. And even though he has won back-to-back games for the first time in his career as a head coach, Joe Judge was all business in his post-game press conference.
Kind of a lot of guys who are younger players, really move on. Excuse me one second. Hey, whoever's got that, turn that off. Just turn that off. Sorry, guys.
You know, that frightening moment actually reminded me of Tom Coughlin when a reporter's cell phone would go off. It was terrifying, and believe me, the first time it happens to you, you never do it again.
Yeah, well, his no-nonsense approach to press conferences definitely had us thinking about other Jets and Giants coaches. The most notable, Herm Edwards.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Do you even remember a time when the Jets actually played to win the game? It just doesn't feel familiar to this group anymore.
Yeah, do you think Herm thinks that sports are being played just to win? Because I can't tell.
I think that was kind of the message he was trying to get across, yeah.
Well, you can't do this list without Rex Ryan. Do you remember in a preseason game where he decided to put Mark Sanchez in and then Sanchez got hurt?
You can't even say that he has a chance.
I can say anything I want. That's the beauty of this country. I can answer it 100 times. Here, I'll stand backwards and answer the question. I'm going sideways. At the appropriate time, we'll make that the announcement.
You know what the best part about that was? That was angry Rex. You didn't see angry Rex a lot. Usually you got fun Rex and comic Rex. That was him mad, and it was still hilarious.
Yeah, but he wasn't anywhere as bad as Ben McAdoo's halftime speech.
Would you say them at halftime?
Well, you can see why Ben McAdoo was such a letdown after the Tom Coughlin era. Coughlin was a ball of energy.
Hey, whoever's got that, turn that off. Just turn that off.
Coach, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that interruption. It's not going to happen again. What I was saying was this was Tom Coughlin's reaction when Dallas beat Washington back in December of 2015, putting the 5-7 Giants into first place.
I've said it many times before, we have to take care of our own business.
And believe it or not, that still wasn't my favorite all-time press conference moment from a Giants coach. That was actually Pat Shurmur a couple of years ago.
Just one injury, Ralph Vacchiano. Lower leg injury, he's day-to-day.
You know, and that was a big deal, too. I was really hurt, and I got to tell you, I carried the press corps back then.
Ralph, why are you always causing problems?
I couldn't help it. I mean, I seriously hurt my foot, and, you know, it probably cost the Giants first place, I'm sure. They are absolute frauds, so I am picking the Buccaneers. I'm guaranteeing this one. I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams.
My lock of the week, since I am undefeated at 1-0, no big deal. I'm going with the Patriots.
Tua in his first start was horrible at quarterback. The Cardinals are 4.5-point favorites over the Miami Dolphins. Well, I just picked the Eagles to win the NFC East, or at least my crystal ball did, so I kind of have to stick with them.
I'm in the pocket. I'm in the pocket.
It is time for In the Pocket, and if that was any indication, then we are the reason your pockets are empty. Nevertheless, we charge on, and the Giants have a bye week this week.
Hey, whoever's got that, turn that off. Just turn that off.
Sorry, Coach. I know it's your bye week. You don't want any distractions. We will get back to what we were saying, and that is the fact that Giants are on a bye week, which means the Jets are the only team to root for, and they're 9-point underdogs against the Chargers.
Yay! Nothing but a Jets game on Sunday. We're living the high life here. And you know what? The Jets looked better in their last game with Joe Flacco, and he seemed to play well and might give you a reason to believe, but don't, because the Jets have pulled the rug out from under us before. I think they are going right back into, I don't want to call it a tank, but let's call it back into their tank. Chargers are playing well, got a young quarterback. Justin Herbert is playing really well. You know, I think we're just sort of on this slow death march towards the end of the season.
Yeah, well, since we've been doing so poorly, our producer Gerard decided to see if his dog could do any better.
Jax picks the Chargers.
All right, well, I guess we'll see if Jax is better at this than we are.
He couldn't be worse.
All right, well, Ralph, what is your lock of the week?
My lock of the week is not a team that I really want to get behind, but I am taking the Cleveland Browns -3.5 over the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm not doing this sort of out of faith in the Cleveland Browns. I am doing this because I know how bad the NFC East is.
Ralph's lock of the week.
Well, you better hope that Nick Chubb doesn't step out of bounds this time. For my lock of the week, I'm going to go with the Steelers. They're 10-point favorites at Jacksonville. It is the biggest spread on the board this week, but go big or go home. And at this point, we need to do everything that we can to get our locks back in check.
Michelle's lock of the week.
Yeah, we're desperate because, look, Gerard's already trying to replace us with dogs. So, you know, I think we'll end up being replaced as hosts, too, next week if we don't get this right.
You're absolutely right. Anyway, that'll do it for week 11 of the Tailgate for Ralph Vacchiano. I'm Michelle Margaux. Thank you so much for watching.